Hey everybody, how's it going? Check out what I got with me today. I have my new graphics card, which is a couple years old, and I got it off a marketplace for $100, um, and plus a $20 power supply, so 120. But this is it's nothing great. It's a 3050 RTX 3050 OC, 8 gigabytes of VRAM. So this benchmarks about the same as my existing one, the 1616 Super, but we're going to run them in a comparison with two different reasoning questions. We're going to run them with a local LLM. Alright, so we'd asked some different reasoning questions here. So we have the 1660 Super in right now, and we're going to see the number of tokens per second it gets and all that. Let's see, let's look at some. Let's see, I've done 8.73 tokens a second, 7.58. I don't know, unless it utilizes the VRAM a whole bunch. I wouldn't hypothesize we're gonna get much of a difference because it really benchmarks about the same. But let's check it out. So our first, see, we're gonna select the model to load up, and we're using Deepseek R1 Distill Quinn 7B. That's 4.36, and I'd like to get the date on that for you, but I don't know. I'm kind of new to this. Okay, we're loaded. Alright, so first question. Riddle me this. I didn't make this up, but it's my favorite riddle. The rich need me, the poor have me, and if you eat me, you will die. We'll say in addition. We'll say follow-up question. What age group would be most likely to get this, to answer this riddle correctly, and why? Let's try it out. Thinking. And I feel like this is probably in the training data. It's a pretty common riddle. And if not, it would be super interesting, but I think it's just going to know it from the training data. And so the consensus I saw online, which is probably not very empirical at all, was that 5-year-olds are most commonly going to get this riddle because they don't have the preconceptions that adults do. It's thinking a good long time, though. Okay, let's see what's thinking. Could it be something related to eating in terms of consumption rather than actual food, like alcohol, maybe? Okay, got it wrong. Well, we stumped it. I'm so proud. And I don't think it was in its... Okay, so age group most likely to solve it correctly. Younger individuals possibly due to their exposure to creative problem solving and abstract concepts. That's so weird. Okay, also, strangely in this machine I have 80 gigabytes of 3600 megahertz RAM. So plenty RAM on the Mobo. Why did it say alcohol? Let's see. If we think about it, rich people might have access to better beverages, and poor might rely on simpler ones. Drinking too much alcohol can lead to intoxication or addiction, which can cause death if not controlled. That needs to fit all parts of the riddle. The rich need better drinks. Poor have what's considered standard, and overconsumption. Oh, well, it's not horrible. I wonder if there's another better fit benefit. So something literal like money. The rich might accumulate, the poor have less, but eating money does not make sense literally. So alcohol seems more plausible. Now for the follow-up question, what group? Okay. So that one was clocked in at 9.07 tokens per second. Our next one is just, I heard this quote and I really loved it, but then I was like, does that make any sense at all? And I'm thinking that it doesn't. After I actually kind of love the quote, but the quote is, excuses are just well-planned lies. So we're going to say, does the phrase, excuses are just well-planned lies, make any rational sense? If yes, how so? Okay. Just watching my fan spin. Okay, we're thinking. Alright, let's tackle this question. Does the phrase excuses are just well-planned lies make any rational sense? First off, I need to understand what each part means. The word excuse typically refers to an explanation given to cover up something like a mistake or wrongdoing. On the other hand, lies are statements that aren't true. So at face value, saying that excuses are just well-planned lies seems contradictory, because if an excuse is meant to explain something, it should be true in some way. But wait, maybe there's more depth here. It's thinking a lot on this one. It's fun. So the answer it's giving is the phrase excuses are just well-planned lies can be interpreted in a context where the intent behind providing an excuse is intentional and deliberate. Okay, and there's like a really popular gardening YouTuber that says this at the end of his videos. He wants you to get out there and garden, everybody, so do that. It said it can be interpreted in a context where the intent behind providing an excuse is intentional and deliberate. Here's how this makes sense. Deliberate nature. The phrase suggests that when someone provides an excuse, it is not random, but rather carefully thought out. The person giving an excuse may have considered the situation deeply to craft an explanation that serves a specific purpose. Avoiding responsibility. In many cases, providing an excuse can be a way to deflect responsibility or avoid taking full accountability for a situation or action. This intentional avoidance of truth could fit within the idea of well-planned lies. I'm going to post this in the description, as they're not random fabrications, but calculated attempts to hide something or someone. Contextual validity. While some excuses may contain elements of truth, they often serve to cover up deeper issues such as dishonesty or avoidance of responsibility. In this sense, excuse is a lie that aligns with a broader strategic behavior rather than being an isolated fabrication. Man, this is pretty good. I'm going to say this passes, and I did not know the answer to this. I thought about this for a little bit, but I'm going to say that this passes. I like it. Alright, next up, we have the 3050 OC 8GB. Alright, we are recording again. This was the 16 Super, made by EVGA. Yeah, so this company makes a lot of power supplies and stuff, but this is my 16 Super I ran for a couple years so far. And so the benchmarks is, it's like, why did I do this? The 16 Super is 12,718, and this one is 12,720, but this new 3050 has a lot more VRAM, like twice, I believe, so we'll see if it comes in handy for AI. We're about to find out, huh? Anyway, I've got multiple computers I need these in, regardless, but, so let's move on to the 3050's performance. So I just deleted these past ones. We're going to start from the same context, hopefully. Here we go. Yeah. That'd be so cool if it, for some reason, answered it right. The money. What about sugar? It'd be interesting if it just answered it differently. Because the last one, I don't think it considered sugar. I think when humans think about this, they come up with answers like alcohol or sugar, so we'll see. Okay, it answered it differently. The answer to the riddle is money. The rich need it for survival. And the poor have access to it, and excessive use can lead to financial collapse. That's not bad, so... The poor have me? The poor don't have money, in short, though, so... Okay. Oh my gosh, look at that difference. Holy crap. Look at that. So, this is good. This is good, right? So we got 29.4. On the first question. Holy crap. So this is like a more than a threefold increase from a video card that benchmarks the same. And so I don't know, I'd like to find the answer to why this is. If you know, help me out, but I think it's the VRAM. So this is freaking sweet, by the way. All right. Something I meant to do is we're going to bring up the system monitor, the old school task manager. Oh wow, this is so neat. Oh man, it's still gone. Usage is still high. I think it stays high just to... Yeah, it's so cool. Look at that. Oh, OBS Studio is taking up half of it. That's crazy. Video encode. Okay. Dedicated GPU memory usage. There's the 8 right there. I don't know if this is going to be too interesting, but we shall see. Okay, let's try this next one. Does the phrase excuses are just well-planned lies make any rational sense? If yes, how so? I don't know, it doesn't seem like the GPU utilization went down. Things never stop surprising me. Wow. 29.1 tokens per second. Why is this? Then it goes back up because it goes back to the video encode. That is so bizarre. So, in summary, while excuses are just well-planned lies, might not hold under strict rationality, it provides insight into human behavior and tactics used to avoid responsibility. You know, it's interesting that... Okay, so this one did a set called logical analysis, excuses versus lies. While both aim to avoid accountability, lies are false statements meant to mislead, whereas excuses are explanations given for mistakes. Planned lies, the term well-planned implies that these lies are intentional and structured to appear legitimate or reasonable. Behavioral insight. I'm going to check back and see. Rich, okay. Contextual validity. Let's go with contextual validity. That's going to be similar. While some excuses may contain elements of truth, they often serve to cover up deeper issues such as dishonesty or avoidance of responsibility. In this sense, excuse is a lie that aligns with a broader strategic behavior rather than being an isolated fabrication. And so this answered it differently too. It says, in conclusion, the phrase may seem contradictory at first glance, whereas the this response, same prompt, while excuses are just well-planned lines, might not hold under strict rationality. It provides insight into human behavior. Huh. That's awesome. Maybe not. I mean, I wasn't... Okay, so neither of them got the common riddle down. And both of them did pretty okay on the excuses are just well-planned lies question. So, but big message here. So I had about twice the tokens per second using the 3050 over the 1660 Super. And that's while, big impact is, some of the GPUs taxed with OBS Studio right now. So, okay, that's it from me. Catch you later.